We will be kicking him off though, because it's my chair. You can sit on me, or you can go away, cat. That's what I thought. Now I'm just going to pull up on my computer to let you all know that I am in fact here. So that'll be fun. So I decided that I want something that is Valentine's Day themed, kind of, for the market I'm doing tomorrow, because it's a monthly market, so it'll be the only time. And I got a little bit deep into my own whateverness, whatever we want to call it. And that's fine. So anyway, hello. Pull this up so I can see all the comments. So I have been using my DTF machine to make these very cute little things that we are going to iron onto all the patches, onto all the vinyl. So all of these, 90% of what I cut was scrap vinyl out of my scrap vinyl tub, which is very cool. And then there was like a few that I had to dip into like normal pieces. But I say normal, they were still very small. Too small for like an empress or anything. So I designed a new pattern. This is not Goblin. Goblin is a wallet for anyone that is keeping track of that. Also, we're going to have a Red Bull. Also, I have decided I'm not allowed to have fake nails again until I have paid off all my debts. I say all, it's one. It's not the point. They all fell off. I actually knocked a bunch of them off when I went bowling. It really hurt for anyone that cares. But it's fine. Whatever. So, this is the pattern. I know it doesn't look like much, but it comes out really cool. Here is one I prepared earlier. It's like a cute, like, kind of boxy pouch. I don't like this one. So, we've altered it. It's going to have a little hook. So we can hook it onto bags. We're not doing these kind of tags. I love these, but this is the wrong vibe. And then otherwise, very cute little kind of pouch. So, I don't know. This might end up being part of my yearly collection. With me, you never know. I might only do 2 heat on my HTV Ront heat press. I'm using it because it's mini. And I don't want to wreck the vinyl. These have been interfaced with a non-woven iron-on medium interfacing because I wanted it to be firm, not too heavy, but not just quilting cotton and floppy. I don't like floppy linings. I don't care if this is going to be a $10 product. We are not having unnecessarily floppy linings. I am who I am. Hello everybody. I have no idea if we'll get many people to join me today. It doesn't really matter. We're doing it. It's going to be fun. So we can eyeball it, or we can, if we need to, find the center, as annoying as that is. I have 21 to make. One I am going to send to a friend, so I don't have to make that today. But the other 20 I would like to take with me to the market that is literally tomorrow because I am a glutton for punishment. So you have about 3 inches space from corner to corner. I have made these 2 inches so that they sit in the middle and are the focal point. You, of course, could make them much, much bigger, but this is pretty much what we're making for anyone that wasn't here at the very, very start. It's so hot here that we went to the Barra Fun Park today. So for those that don't know what that is, it's like a water obstacle course, but you can also go fishing for barramundi if that's your jam. It is not my jam, but some people quite enjoy it. Anyway, so we're ironing through. I'm holding this a little bit longer than I normally would for 2 reasons. 1, it's not on full speed, like full heat. And 2, this has also got interfacing, so I've got to get through more. But I have faith. I've also got a scraper. Can't hurt, right? And you're meant to do these as a cool peel. I'm just going to wait. That's still a bit hot. I also printed out my logo, but I wasn't paying attention when I did it, and So I probably actually won't use these because they're not crisp and glorious because I didn't fix the sharpness while making it so small. They're not perfect, and so I don't want to use them. This is going to be a whole video next week on DTFs and different ways to turn them into tags. I have all the plans. But in the meantime, we can't really do that, so, which is a shame, because it was a very cool idea. I did not execute it properly. That is my fault, not the machine's fault. Okay, so, very cute. I've got a bin here too, very important. We're going to have a lot of rubbish. It says Meow Satan. I know it's not for everyone. You got to remember I do a goth market, so you know, it's fine. Okay, so we might iron a few and then turn the iron off and then do a few and kind of flip-flop. I have cut all 20. A lot of them have ended up with black and white stripy linings because it's what I could find. This one is going to glow in the dark, which I think is amazing. Hello, cat. You guys can't see that, but he's climbing up my chair like a crazy man. So this is a glow in the dark that I used to offer ages ago, and I thought it would be really cool to put a ghosty on there. So that's what we're doing. These are all from Creative Fabrica. Someone gave me access, and I went a little bit nuts. Can you blame me? I am who I am. As if I wasn't going to go nuts and just get all the things. Alright, center. You can also put a crease if it helps. And then you can fold this in half. Now, I try not to crease the actual thing, but you can crease the plastic at the top and the bottom. It all kind of works out. And then you want to make sure that it's going to be within the top and the bottom seam. Put in there. Pop this on top. So this is a cotton. Oh, actually, might not even be with cotton. It's a poplin, so it's a bit thinner. Still needed a medium non-woven interfacing. My roll of this stuff costs like $35 for 50 meters, so at this point it's negligible to use it. Yes, it took ages, but yes, it's going to be worth it. Even though they're only $10 products, we still want them to be fabulous. I like to use the squeegee. I stick my finger on the corner and then just push. Just to make sure that it's gonna stay. It's already lifting, which is a good sign. I've gone for a large variety. So some of them are very cutesy and adorable, like this one. And then this one is less cutesy and adorable. I should really be eyeing them in color lots, but what are you going to do? Nothing. You're going to do nothing. Alright, about there. Stick a piece of fabric on. So I'm just using the lining as a protector of the vinyl. If you just stick that iron straight on there, you're going to have a bad time. I promise. I think this is going to work out well. This one should be done by now. I like to wait till they're cold. It says warm peel. Sometimes I'm impatient and do it really quickly, and then other times I can just wait till they're cold. Doesn't really matter. I do like to squeegee it though. It just helps to make sure it is attached. And if you feel it and you're a little bit concerned, once you've taken the top off, you can take a covering of some description a second time and iron it a second time. I'm not super worried, but I just want to feel the difference. That's kind of almost pushed it more into the vinyl. It's probably not going to look any different. But anyway. Bam. See? Cute little, I know it doesn't look like much on the size that it is now, but once we take away and fold it and everything, it'll be much better. So anyway. Probably should have done all the ironing off camera, but you might learn something. Who knows? Who knows what wisdom I'm going to impart on people today? I never even know. We did a rockabilly one. And so all the lining I've tried to pull from my short scrap tub, because I am on a mission to have less, and this is a great way to have less and still be fun. Now the reason I've been folding it in half, see that, how it's got more clear on one side than the other? You have to be sure not to trick your brain into doing it the wrong way. Oh, Sandra, I sent you the pattern too. I promise I did. Now that's thicker. That is a sateen, which is a cotton satin. It's a little bit stretchy. It's definitely thicker. So we're going to use a different lining to iron it. Very cold and snowy Pennsylvania. Do you know I can't hear the word Pennsylvania without thinking of Transylvania, and I'm really sorry. I've never been there, so it's close enough that all I think of is vampires and castles. Do you guys have castles? That'd be so cool. Or castles, depending on where you live and how you say it. Also, cat. You can't see him, he blends in, but he's come to join us. Ow, 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 ow. That's still quite warm. Do I need to scratch it like that? Probably not. We've also done some pinks. I've done some pastels. I tried to have a nice broad range of colours for these, but a lot of them got stripies because I had nothing else that matched, and I regret nothing. It'll be fine. Besides, it's good to have, you know, your linings don't always have to perfectly match. They just have to be in the same genre sometimes. Doesn't have to be super long. Ow, 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 ow. See, this is why I need nails. I just got myself. That never would have happened with fake nails. They would have been in the way to stop it. Ow. Yes, I'm pouting. Leave me be. I've got so many. So many. This one is a spider with a heart. Because again, Valentine's Day. And I'm putting this on like a creamy, shiny white. Don't start with me. It likes to time itself out as if I'm not using it. I wish they'd make a way to make it known that I'm using it. Because it's not like I'm gently touching it or anything. I'm being quite violent. Is anybody else currently sewing? I don't know what time it is everywhere else. Probably like 11:15 in America at night. What are you guys doing up? Or midnight? You guys have daylight savings and stuff, don't you? Trips my brain out. I've got my child addicted to a live version of Wagon Wheel, the song sung by the cast of Supernatural. Now it's in my head. Where did Mr. Ghosty go? I mean, he does feel more stuck in with a second layer, so I'm going to do it on this one and see what this vinyl does. At the moment, it does just feel like it's sitting on top. That one does because it's still got its plastic on. So I want to see if I can kind of almost make it seep more into the vinyl without destroying the vinyl. We'll try that out. We'll try this one as well. This one is from a car upholsterer because I like to source my crap from everywhere. I've also decided that we are doing all silver hardware, so I don't have to overly think about that. So the coffin over here is full of all the hardware we need. So I've got little 1/2 inch clips So we're using these and then just random silver zippers. I just put my hand in and whatever came out. So we're going to have a combination of Smooth Criminals, Chunkies, and whatever else was in the tub, to be honest. It does, okay, so just touching these like a crazy person. This was just the one iron and then peeling off the top. Now that I've done a second one, that one feels much more stable and stuck. So I think we're going to have to do it for all of them. That just feels like it is sitting on top like a sticker, whereas we want it to kind of make sure it's not going to peel off when I turn it through, because I am quite violent when I turn this through because the opening's so small. What are you going to do? Better. Right. Set that aside. So this will be looped in half and then in a corner. I think this is going to work. Technically, I've only ever made this pouch the one time, which was this one here, and I haven't got a loop in there. So we're just going to see what happens a little bit. I'm looking for, I've got green thread in, so we may as well do the green one. Here's a green one. I've got all the colors, because some people have a favorite. So this one is like an anatomical heart with vines growing out of it. It's not barbed wire, it looks like a vine. Anyway, it's going on mint with the stripes, because why not, was my thoughts. Grab that, shove it on top. Iron. I know it's a lot of the same. This whole video is going to be a lot of the same. I'm going to make the same thing over and over and over. It'll be right. I've also grabbed all of my zipper tape with the solid coloured teeth, not the metal coloured teeth, because I don't think I want to stock that as like future me's problem. So I thought I may as well use it, not that I'll use it all up, but like try and use it throughout these to have less. Peel it quite quickly if you're gentle. Then do a next one. It's 10:13. Oh, that's not bad. I also found out about 20 minutes before this video started that you can iron DTFs onto like colored tumblers. I did not know that was a thing until just before. It's probably not going to be the same as sublimation, but it can be done, and now I need to try it in my life. Alright, so we're going to do that one. I need to see if I've got any more greens in here. Like, it's a big tub of stuff, guys. Yeah, Knuckles is just here. That's him. Hey, Knuckles. Poppy? Oh, yes. They all want to say hello to you. Yes, they do. Because you're adorable. We also did, oh my god, it's going to be green. It's a wizard frog that kind of looks like Gandalf, just to be ridiculous. It's not at all themed towards Valentine's Day, but on that particular instance, I don't care. I think it's going to be wonderful. So this one was also cute. I mean, there's a lot of cute ones, and then there's a lot of, like, less cute ones. How old is Knuckles? He is 11. He's 2 years older than Jessie, so he's 11 now. He's getting on in age. We still do our morning walk, and he still does get the zoomies, but just less frequently and for shorter amounts of time. But we do a walk every morning. That's more a self. Oh, I've still got my wristband on. Take that off. I took all my jewelry off to go to the Barra Fun Park. Last time I went there, I had a pendant on my necklace, and I bumped it trying to climb back onto the big inflatable thing, and the clasp opened, dropped my pendant. You wouldn't believe it because it was a pain to get on, but dropped the pendant and it was lost forever. Very sad stuff. So now I wore nothing, and now I feel weirdly naked without all my rings. They never come off. Yeah, the second iron is definitely worth it. It feels more embedded and less sitting on top. What pouch am I making? I designed this pattern last night in my state of delirium. And I'm not joking when I say that. I was delirious after spending a whole day writing the pattern. Couldn't think, but wrote a pattern. I even made myself a template and everything. I got very, very motivated actually. And I still haven't found my speaker thing, which is why we're not having a speaker, but made a template out of black 2mm acrylic because I had some and I can't cut colors. Speaking of cutting colors, I have a friend and she cuts acrylic. So I have ordered a Seems Legit mirror to take to markets. So it'll be ready for the next market, but I'm going to do an unboxing because it's amazing. I wish I could like get you here to touch it. I'm gonna see if you can see the difference. This one, see how it's shiny? And then this one is not so shiny. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm trying really hard to show you. This one is kind of sitting on top like a sticker. Whereas this one now feels like it's part of the vinyl. It's the best way to describe it, but we're going to do a second iron to make sure that it really kind of melts in and stays there, because I have had it where I don't iron it enough and it lifts off. But there's a balancing act because vinyl doesn't like to be ironed, so you got to try and find the happy medium of it all. Oh, I'm so glad that your bags went well. I love sewing. I love making. I love crafting. If you could see the rest of this room right now, you'd all be probably horrified. I've taken over the kitchen table again. I need to fix that next week. Okay, better. All right, so they're the green ones at least. We're going to have a break from ironing because it's not fun. Should have definitely done this before I went on camera, but what are you going to do? There's still heaps more, obviously. There's 21 cut out. We've got green, so we'll stick with green. These are my options of zipper tape. So, again, I have so much, it's outrageous. Even though they're mint, I am wondering, should I do the bright one? This is going to the other one. We'll need that later. These are all about the same shade. I could do white because it's got that whole minty pale look, but I'm not really feeling it. So I think we'll just stick with the bright green, of which apparently I have heaps. This is because I used to cut it into 3-meter pieces when I sold it. And then when I stopped selling it, it all just went into the tubs, and I'm slowly trying to work through it all. So anyway, I'm wondering if this should be part of a collection, and I could do like one of the pattern collections could be a whole bunch of pouches, like different shape pouches. So you get like 2 or 3 pouches in the one pattern, and this would be one of them. And we do another small one, and I want to do a hexagon pouch. It's been on my brain for like a month and a half. I don't know why my brain's obsessed with a hexagon at the moment, but I want to just do like a little, it'd only be about this big, hexagon with like a really skinny gusset, and the zipper goes like the top half. I don't know, it's in my brain, and it, no matter how much I try and push it to the side, it keeps popping its head back in. So maybe I could do this, the hexagon, and then something else and make it like a set. But the hexagon is stalking me. And that's all I have to say about that. Alright, we're going to need some double-sided tape. This is from Bromax. She got in fabulous double-sided tape. And apparently it doesn't come up the needle at all. Now, do I know this for a fact? No, but I do trust her words. So we're going to take it as gospel at this point. I want to at least get 10 of these done. I don't even know how long they're going to take me. I haven't timed it. I literally made one, went, yep, that'll do, and then went into like a cutting frenzy last night. I was up till 10 p.m., which if you know me at all, or if you know, hang around, I am not a nighttime person. I eventually got so like brain fried because I was tired that I couldn't match anything and I went to bed because it was just not working out. But so I'm just going to fold it in half. So this is already skinning. You could make it out of fabric, but I've decided these pouches have to be vinyl on the outside. I don't know why. You could absolutely make them from cotton with an interfacing on. There's no rule that says you can't, but my brain has decided that this item that I shall be selling needs to have this, and they will be $10 each, and that's not expensive, but they're a good add-on for somebody coming to buy like a big bag. They could have one of these and then clip it on as well, or whatever, or little kids might love them. You probably don't need to backstitch, but out of habit I am. I also do have pants on. For anybody wondering, I do have shorts on. These are my comfy sewing shorts because it's hot here. I do need to make myself a pair of comfy sewing pants that are lightweight. It's on my list of things to one day get to. Alright, let's do this. We are going to use clips. We love a good clip-in. Right. Chop, cut with the back of the scissors where possible. Grab the other one, and if we grab both the ones with this, then we know that they're a set. I still haven't really solved my problem of bag tag though at the moment. In a perfect world, I'd have laser engraved ones that I could either iron on or sew on, but I currently am out. I don't know if we've got time to be making more right now. It'd take ages. I thought California was like sunny, hot. I'm terrible with geography. I thought it was like closer to the equator, therefore hot. I know Florida's like that, but I thought California was like Florida in the heat situation. Am I wrong? I must be. Why are we doing 2 at a time? Because I love a good chainsaw. I feel like it's going to help our cause. Actually, you know what I do have? I do have these that I was sent. So somebody took their ribbon and their fancy ribbon maker and put my logo. So I'm wondering, is it weird if I have it like that? Should I maybe iron the edges down and sew it in? So I could sew it into the lining. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I have it flat and like that? More ironing, but you know, that's all right. I could also probably double-sided tape it because I am a lazy human. So I could do it like that, or I could have it just in the side seam. What do we think? I will let you guys make your opinions while I sew this bit. 2.5 seam allowance, stitch length, because it is my happy favorite moment. I'm mid-California. We get very hot summers, not much humidity, but the winters in Central California can be really cold. An hour from my house, I have snow. Ooh, that's cool. I mean, I don't like snow because it's way too cold for me and my asthmatic lungs, but like I get it, it'd be pretty. Always backstitch, ladies and gentlemen. Are you sick of me saying that to you here? Because I'm never going to stop. Always backstitch. You're all thinking side seam. Okay, so we're just going to fold down this. Oh, no, we're going to trim those tails as well. I'll tell you that a lot too. We're going to fold it down. We're going to top stitch. Because we always top stitch it down, it'll sit nicer, and it's pretty to have some pretty stitching. You won't convince me otherwise. This also would have been cute with white stitching. Just a thought for anyone that's, you know, playing along at home. Pop it in. Obviously this is just a very basic pouch and you could all probably design your own pattern. But it's all about the sizings, right? I have faith that all of you, if you tried hard enough, could design a pattern, like something like this. All of you, collectively, could go, you know what, let's make a pattern. But if I said, make a small zipper pouch that's an angle with a box corner, you would all make something very, very different. Make sure the linings match. If you're doing what I'm doing with different ones, it's important. You could probably get away with just 2 clips because, again, it is so small. Am I used to sewing small things? No. But like I said, it'd be fine. I think the lining side seam, everyone says side seam. Well, that's what we're going to do then. It is, for once, unanimous. Look at you guys go, all collectively agreeing. I like it. Trim that off. So again, fold just that one back, top stitch. Oh, they don't go there. They go over there. All the things. Next one. So this is called chain stitching, for anyone that doesn't know, where you stitch one and then the other, and then you cut them off one at a time, which I'm probably about to stop doing right about now because I want to install some zippers. So the first thing I'm going to do, pull everything out of the way and stitch the end of the zipper closed because I don't feel like dealing with that later. And again, you won't convince me otherwise. So I always like my zippers on, closing to the left. This is obviously the front. So this is the side I want to close off now. You want to try and do it in under the seam allowance so that you don't see all the stitches that I just did. Seam allowance being 1/4 inch if anyone wants to try and whip one up at home. I'm all for a good challenge. Alright. Crack it. Not everybody has a great success doing. Yeah, I'm using zipper pulls. I've got a combination here. I haven't forgotten, but we close the one end first and then put it on. And then you can close the other end so it doesn't come off. Because again, little fiddly, not everybody wants to play this game. I think I just ran out of bottom thread. Oh well. Right, like that. Then we're going to take this and one of these and we're going to loop that together, and then I'm going to take that and put it at the opposite end. So it'll hang like that. So if you need to envision that, it closes over here, so it'll hang from this end and the zipper will face down like that. You could do it from here if you wanted to and have it hang from the top. There's probably no right or wrong way to do it. I've just decided that that's the way I want to go. And it's my pattern, I do what I want. So, with that sewn on, we can just add it in. It's a lot of vinyl, so keep that in mind. Oh wait, I don't have any bobbin, do I? Whoops. Stop it. But thank you for thinking of me and my zipper pulls. Thought I'd have a look, see if I've already got a bobbin, but I don't think I do. should have got a bobbin box for this end as well. We're going to use the green machine a lot more. I got a little bit really into the screen machine where I only wanted to play with it, but I can now come back and officially say that I'm going to play with this one more. In saying that, we need a bobbin. For those that are relatively new here, we run bobbins at full speed ahead, like as fast as it'll go. You don't always have to match your thread colour, but in this particular case, I'm feeling it. I'm pretty sure my child is watching The Floor is Lava, so if you hear the yelling, that's just what he's doing. I like to make sure it's on first, and then we go full steam ahead. Lift up your presser foot so you don't damage the underneath part. You also don't have to use bag thread for this. You could probably get away with making all of these with a normal sewing thread. This is definitely a normal sewing machine pattern that's friendly for normal sewing machines. All the things. So many ways to, even right now, my brain just come up with other ways to make bits of this. 3 in the morning. Well, luckily you are awake because we're sewing a new pattern I just randomly created. Maybe I could offer it as a free pattern and we could all send each other ones in a swapsy. I do love doing that, like a lot. I'm really obsessed with the swapsies. And if you're wondering why, it's because it's really fun to get a surprise gift in the mail. I don't know. It's truly random. Even with like your partner and stuff, you can drop hints, tell them what you want. With this, it's like, these are all the things I like and good luck. And I don't know, I'm here for it. Anyway, so that goes on there and it's literally going to stay as a loop like that. I regret nothing. Clips, I'll do the other one in a minute. And the reason I want to do this now is because I want to remember to put a tag in. Now, the other thing is, which side do I want the tag on? I think I want it on the open side, right in the middle. Just, you know, you might want to think about that. You might not care. If we do it the opposite way to the zipper, right in the middle, it shouldn't ever catch in the zipper pull, which is something you want to think about if you're going to use a floaty tag like this. I don't want it on the outside. People are very likely to cut them off on the outside. I, being one of those people, not going to lie, it's absolutely something I would do. Cut it off because it's like floating around in the way. I personally prefer kind of flatter tags that you sew in. People don't pull those off. People being me. I am people. Alright, zip it on. So these can act as bag charms because they're so little. You could call them bag charms, zipper pouch bag charms, because bag charms are currently all the rage. You could do a boxy pouch. You don't have to do it like angled and stuff like this. You could just do it all in squares. You could do it where there's no boxiness at the top, only at the bottom. You could get similar vibes in a lot of ways. Right, and I love that I've used all the same colour so I don't have to think about it. If I wasn't in a rush to try and smash out 20 in a day, you know, we could maybe do it differently. As a minimum, I need 10, right? You don't want to go to a market with less than 10 of these. 20 is ideal, but 10 is probably more realistic to life. But you never know, right? Stranger things have happened. Maybe I'll get really fast at them because like I said, it's not like I've ever made these before. I made the one, which I've already changed to include a dangly bit. We're gonna take one of these. It's very handy having these. I love them. Oh, other colors. What do we know? We'll do a white one for this. But I've also got purple and red and hot pink, so we might put different colored tags in them, just because we can. All right, so the zipper's currently closing that way, so we're going to put it over here. Consistency, guys, that's what we care about most. So if you've always got the zipper going the same way and you've always got the tag at the same spot, after you do that like half a dozen times, your brain will just automatically do it. I am a perfect living example of that. I quite often don't even think about what I'm sewing. And it just works out that, oh, the zipper's the right way. That's not because I was secretly really remembering. It's because it's muscle memory. You do the same thing enough, and your brain just does it without acknowledging that you're doing it. It's awesome. You need to do a little bit. You want to try and leave this as big as possible because it is painful to turn through. I don't love turning things through. It is going to be a bit painful. Please don't do what I did and make an entire book bag and forget the zipper pulls. No, I put them in. We threw them on the table. Chaos. It helps. Nah, you haven't missed me. I'm going to be here for hours. Right, 1, stitch, back stitch, down, stitch, back stitch. I know you can do that thing where you kind of bring it together. These, in my opinion, are too small for that, so I'm going to do it. Not interested in weirdo tight corners unnecessarily. Alright, clean up all the clips. We're nearly finished, see? That wasn't so long. It wasn't so bad. We got this. You want to back stitch at each thing. That's the main thing to remember here is back stitching. I know there's a lot of it. It's why I wound such a big bobbin. I'm also going to cut this one off. We don't need the weight. Grab the tails, cut all the jump stitches, but cut the tails off as well. You can grab it and then snip both sides. And again, if this was bigger, you could just jump straight from one to the other, but it's not what's happening. Stitch, back stitch. Lift the needle up. I'm trying to move it over. That's how you bend a needle, ladies and gentlemen. Go me. Jump stitch. Second jump stitch. Chop them all. Alright, now we're going to box all the corners. Tori, does your son ever show interest in wanting to sew? No. Do you know how many times I've tried to convince him to come and learn to make costumes? He wants the costumes. He doesn't want to do it himself. I have tried. I will continue to try. So he likes painting, so quite often we make something on the laser for him to paint because Slayer is amazing. Now I want another laser though, don't I? Gone and done it. Got myself all like worked up over this mirror that's coming. I'm so excited. I would love it if he would show interest in sewing. He had a brief interest in like some musical instruments because we have a lot here. We're making sure that this fold on the base goes the same way at both ends. Working on a steampunk quilt while watching you. That's cool. Alright, so make sure that's the same way, and then you make the seam at the other end go in the opposite direction. It'll sit flatter. And being such a small pouch, you really do want it to sit flatter. Make sure that you backstitch at both ends. My son enjoyed sewing since he was 5, then stopped 2 years ago. Ah. You know, I have tried. Maybe I'll just tell him I'm not making him any more costumes and he has to do it. And then that might get him into it. With your DTF printer, can you upload his artwork and then print it? Why, yes. Yes, I can. I also found out that if I get a touchscreen laptop, you could, with like a stylus pen, write a personalized note and then I can laser it onto jewelry. That was a dangerous thing to learn. Learned that yesterday. I'm like, oh my god. I will be going back to doing like non-live videos as of next week. But between writing a pattern, school holidays, all the things, it's just not really been possible, to be honest. But I will be going back to doing them. I would also love it if I could get into doing like some other people's videos of like patterns that you guys want to see. Like everything, there's a process. Alright, so we've got those two and those two. Now we need to box this bit. How amazing is technology? So good, because I can't draw, and I was really, really worried when I got the DTF machine that I was going to be like forking out fortunes in designs. It was very much a concern. Turns out it didn't happen, so that's exciting. Alright, we're going to do, this is the fiddliest part right here. I remember this from the first one I made. You want to get it sandwiched, and I think it's just fiddly. There's not really much to be done about it. It is what it is. Anyway, so you get all the layers, squish them down, stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance, because we love a good 1/4 inch seam allowance, do we not? Bam. Other end or other side, and you should already have your loop in there. We did it earlier, so we don't have to remember to shove it in now. Doing it now will make you forget more often than not. So don't do it now. Do it before, when I did it, when it was a thought in your actual brain and you could see it. You can't see if you've remembered to shove it in at this point, so don't do it now. That's my life advice today. Do it early on. Do it as early as you can. Then you're less likely to forget it. And if you do forget it, you've got more time to put it in later. Alright, let me just finish this one off because I want to show you what it looks like. Right, zipper was shut. I don't know. I know lots of people freak out about this. The zipper is shut. All you do, put your finger in front of it, and even though I haven't got nails, it should still just open. Did you hear that? Pick a corner. Oh, cut off that tail. Is it a big deal? No, but I still want it gone. I enjoy doing lives. I enjoy doing pre-planned, pre-organized things. I'm a bit of a both. If I could do live lasering, in fact, I might do a live with the laser and just show you some cool stuff we can do that doesn't take long. It's not looking good that it's taken me 48 minutes to make one. But that's also the ironing of the DTFs as well, I suppose. So, yeah, there's that. How much do I care if this seam at the bottom is green? Or I can just wait till later when I use... Am I using black though? I don't know that I am. Right, proper mess. Don't worry about it. We're going to take the turning stick. Turning sticks are your friend. I don't care which brand you go. I went with the flute cleaner. For if anyone's relatively new here, my turning stick is literally a wooden flute cleaner. I used to offer them on my website. I got like a whole bunch in nice and cheap and then lasered my website on it because it was fun. Looking back, I should now put like funny quotes. But there's no point because you guys don't need to buy shit from me anymore. Because I don't do all the hardware and stuff. Get rid of that. See, this is why we get rid of tails early on, so they don't rear their ugly heads later on. You can't tell me that's not totally adorable. Great bag, what's the word? Bag charm. Boom, this is twisty, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. I love it. Could I have made that a bit bigger? Yes. Do I care? Also no. You can also grab this and just bend it, put a crease like that. See? Beautiful. So, pull the lining out. I am just going to stick this shut with green. I have decided I do not care. And it should just fold in to exactly where it needs to be all by itself because the hole is so small. See? Beautiful. Am I going to make millions with these? No, probably not. But again, bag tag, also cute Valentine's Day gift. Ugh, this end. I hate boxing corners sometimes. Which is really not going to bode well for the next few hours of mine, is it? Stitch, back stitch. This would be too thin of a project for the screen machine, I should think too. So just be mindful of that with whenever you're picking fabrics. Maybe if you used a heavier waterproof canvas on the inside, you could do it on the screen machine. But I don't think the lining would love you. These are definitely better suited to smaller machines. Right, get it most of the way, stab the corners with your turning stick. Love my turning stick. Boom. Pull the lining out. And again, if you pull tight, it should mostly just tuck itself under. Needle down, backstitch, move that tail out of the way. I'm loving the striped linings too, actually. It wasn't so much intentional as I was trying to use up all the smaller bits of fabric, and this was just one of them. And it's just something fun on the inside. Why do we have to have boring linings? The answer is we don't. How cute is that? You can't tell me it's not adorable. So there's two. 18 to go. Still cool though. I like them. Let's pick something that we already have a bobbin for. So let's go with pastel pink. This whole thing glows in the dark. I love that for me. There's a lot of other pinks in here too, which could probably benefit from being, I don't know. Or I could do white. No, I want to do pink. My brain just wants to do pink. Don't think you'll convince me otherwise at this point. That's purple, that's red, green, purple, teal, probably white, red, another pink. There's a lot with the, basically all the pink ones have stripy lining because I had no pink lining. You need the pattern, so you guys do want the pattern, huh? If enough of you want it, I will make it one of this year's pattern sets, but it won't just be this. It'll be this and the hexagon pouch as a minimum because I need to. My brain can't. Oh my god, we've got a shiny metallic purple with a little Baphomet that says, "You have a beautiful heart," but he's holding it because it's creepy and a little bit Valentine's Day-ish. Am I insane? Why, yes. Yes, I am. If enough of you do want this pattern, I will make it. I'll even make it next month's pattern so you don't have to wait forever. Well, no, not February's, March. Because February's is already at the testers. There's limits. We're not rewriting that. Yes, we need the pattern. I just think that the math worked out really well, and they're adorable. So if you have AirPods, I don't even know what they're called because I don't have them, but you could put them, you could put tampons, you could put all your change. If you're having it on the outside of a bag, you could put all of your coins and change in it. Jewelry when you go swimming, if you take your jewelry on and off a lot, you could put jewelry in it. Like, it's cute. The end size is, for anyone that's playing at home, 3 and, well, we'll call it 9 centimeters. So about 3.5 by 1.5 by, which part didn't I do? About 3, I think it is. Just under 3 tall. That's really quite small, but fabulous. And again, it's a scrap buster because 90% of these were cut out of the scraps of vinyl in my scrap vinyl bin. Because I love a good scrap buster. I don't know. There might already be a pattern out there like this. I did a quick search. Nothing major. While I try not to live my life through other people and what patterns they're doing, I also don't want to make a pattern the same as somebody else that's recently released a pattern, because nobody's going to buy 2 of the same pattern. So I do try to be different. For anyone that's new here, I don't rethread my machine. I pull it through because I'm lazy. Did you cut them with the Cricut? I didn't, but I should have. Now that you say that, I absolutely should have. Would have been way easier. What I did, see, again, this is why I don't do things at nighttime. I cut 90% of this last night. Everything except the black stripy lining, I was cutting at like 9 o'clock last night, and I'm not a nighttime person. So it didn't even occur to me to use the Cricut. Like, my brain just wasn't there. Before I try and pull that through, we should really thread the needle. Not lazy, efficient. But this would also be a Cricut-friendly pattern. All right. Look, we've got other colours. Oh, the colours. Wah! Chaos Demon. Look at me go. I think this one and this one are going to be perfect for all of these. We'll do the purple for the purple. I'm going to put all of these tags. Don't know if I've got any blue happening actually, but I'm not cutting more today. It's not today's problem. All right, so with all of that, we've also got pastel pink zipper or a hot pink zipper. And I actually think I want pastel pink over hot pink, guys. I'm just looking. I'm like, it's the wrong pink. Whereas this being pastel is in a league of its own. And I also want to use the smaller roll if I can figure out which one that is. Because again, you can scrap bust all your short pieces of zipper tape. We love getting rid of, the small pieces that we refuse to throw away, that are starting to get in our way and drive us insane. Did you make those labels? I did not. These labels were sent to me because somebody has a ribbon maker, and that's really awesome. I will be doing a video, and I might even do it next week because I do need to do some more DTF videos because I've had ideas. I would like to take the DTF idea and see how many different types of labels I can make with a DTF machine. Kind of like a challenge to myself, but also because I think it'd be handy. And because you can do full color. Not that my logo is full color. And it's not like I can design a full color logo, even though I totally would if I could. It's not my skill set. And I can't be good at everything. Digital is just where I'm not good at. Scrap ribbons. I don't have any scrap ribbons, funnily enough, but yes, you could absolutely use scrap ribbon. I'll be using scrap vinyl to make some. I'll go and buy non-scrap ribbons. I'll just go buy some ribbon. Vinyl. I'm going to see, I could probably put it on leatherette. I have scrap ribbons to use out that aren't long enough. See, so that would be perfect. And for those that don't know, if you have a DTF that you want printed, I only deal in small orders. So I am the opposite of like every other company on the planet. I only deal in small orders. Like, you want 2 little things and then 1 for a t-shirt, I'm your girl. I am selling the DTFs and then I just post it to you. You just message me. I haven't got it set up on the website because I just charge you, like the machine can calculate how much it costs per whatever you want. And then I just give you the number of how much you owe me. And then that's that problem solved. So if you want some, just message me. I do it with my neighbor all the time, and I get them done pretty much same day, unless I'm not home all day. Like, if you message me now, I wouldn't get to it till Monday, but it'd be in the mail on the way Monday afternoon. And the post office, I know for a fact, doesn't get its pickup until 4 p.m. So it would be in the mail Monday. Weekends don't count, and when I have to go do a market, it really doesn't count. See, look at all the different pinks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks, 5 pinks. They're all different. And we did a lot of pink because the designs were pink. And I wasn't feeling red. I've got a few reds, but we're starting with pinks. I salvaged the ribbon that came from my children's blankets. You know, what they tie around them. Oh, that's really cute. Love that. We could make custom ribbons to wrap things. If you're really into wrapping presents, we could totally make custom ribbon, like full color, not gold foil. I know that there's a machine for that, but we could do like full color, fancy something. I feel like this is going to be too many, just quietly, to cope with. Again, the ghosty one's going to glow in the dark. I also, some of that really pretty glow in the dark vinyl I got from Brimax, I have cut a pouch in that, and I'm probably going to keep it if it doesn't sell. I regret nothing. Always try and use the back of the scissors when you do that. Okay, that's that done. Let's now, oh my gosh, too much chaos. We're going to take the one that this is not attached to, and then iron it on. Bam! But yes, I'm selling DTF. I have also started making drawers. I am going to start offering metal business cards in small packs, like 50, so you don't have to order like 500, because nobody wants to do that, and I fully understand. You want to see if you love them. So I'll be offering like 50 packs, and I'm going to be doing the card boxes where you get your lasered logo. I might even try and DTF a logo, see if we can do it in full color. Oh, I'm going to try that. Can't hurt. So I want to start offering like cool add-ons that you would want for your shop, but you don't want to have to buy a minimum. I might even call it like the handmade something. I don't know. We'll think of a cool name because my brain's not there right now. But we'll come up with a cool name, and it'll come with like 50 cards and some laser engravable leatherette tags and a box to put the cards in and whatever else my brain can come up with. A cool pen. I'm going to do laser engraved pens too. But again, small quantities that don't charge, like, cost a fortune. Definitely should have ironed these before I did the live. I apologize. Also, look at my chaos. We've gone full chaos. It's fine. But DTFs, so if you wanted to do DTF tags as well, we could organize that. You want a single t-shirt that you want to wear to markets and put your logo and stuff on, we can do that. I also want to, I have to buy a new roof for my gazebo pretty soon because it's getting a lot of pinholes everywhere. But when I do that, I'm going to see if I can Google how to remove like the branding that it comes with it, and then see if I can use the DTF to put my branding on it, because, well, why not, really? See, they peel off so gloriously easy, but we are going to iron them a second time because, like I said, it feels like a sticker on top, and we want it to submerge in so it doesn't come off. Actually, I didn't even check that, but look, nothing peeled off. We're good. I can even scratch it. Not that I have any nails anymore, but, you know, hypothetically. That one didn't lift either. So the second iron is very important if you're going to get DTFs and put them on vinyl. And again, I've only got medium heat, not full heat, even though we all know I love to just full send everything. Just things to think about if you're going to do this, because I am happy to make little tiny 2-inch pieces like this. And then you can make these too. You have to provide the artwork though. That's out of my realm of like capabilities. This one says your coffin or mine, which I just thought was really cute. And hopefully enough people like pink, because again, I went deep into the pink. But it's Valentine's Day and red's just too traditional, so we do difference. And it's fine. Turn that off. Peel that off. I like doing it on the side with the interfacing. It means there's no chance of any black bleeding of any description, because it could happen. I also don't know where I got this one from. There? Who cares? They've all got the same lining, so that's really helpful. I could literally just make a stack, really. We've all got the same hardware, so I don't have to think about that. If you are going to make these and batch them with different colored hardware, may I suggest that you do all of one hardware color at once and then do the next hardware color. Otherwise, you're going to get too confused trying to jump from thread color to hardware color and all the bits. I blanketed it for a reason, because life's going to be easier. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen. Food for thought. Now, because these are all exactly the same, I can literally just make a pile of linings off to the side. Right? And have slightly less chaos. And I say slightly because, you know, it is. I also want all of these bits so that I can stitch them. Get them done nice and early on. Also, there's a good chance a lot of them are still in the tub because chaos. This one, I didn't do this one. This one is a bouquet of roses with a black heart. Super cute. All different pink. This is the pink from Sewing Trade. This is a pink from Sewing Trade. This one is from, I want to say, Miazen. And I think this one is from Sunkiss. I don't know. I think. I could be wrong. Could be in the reverse order. I don't love this pink. It's not my favorite. A lost fabric chicken. Oh no, I'm short about 10 inches in my border. Oh no. No. Can you go to the shops, or is it like not an option? See, I love a good stash bust. You guys should all join me. I've decided collectively with a lot of people that we are no longer hoarding all the fabric. We're going to play with all our pretty fabric that we deserve. You've got to look at it a different way. I like it. Hot cat. Right. Then everywhere there's a zipper, we just add a lining while I'm waiting for that other one to cool down. Oh, it's so cute. Did you know that you won't know this because I don't expect you to know, but Xtool is getting glow in the dark film. So when I make these, they'll glow in the dark. I'm just waiting for it to hit Australia. I keep asking, like monthly, is it here yet? Like a crazy person. Because I want it. How good would it be? Alright, peel that off. Grab a lining. Iron it down. I bought it 5 years ago. Oh no. So my lining is a cotton, well, actually I think it's just a poplin I got from Spotlight. It's like cheap, and it has been interfaced with a non-woven medium iron-on interfacing. Say that 10 times fast. So it's I decided that poplin or cotton, the linings needed interfacing. It wasn't even optional in my brain, like it was happening. I love my non-woven iron-on. It's $35 for a 50-meter roll. That's less than $1 a meter. You have to buy it as a 50-meter roll. It's from Birch. It's like a non-branded, non-woven iron-on medium interfacing. And I think it gives just enough heft to make it sit nice without being extreme. And again, personal choice. I know I used to love the woven medium Birch Shape to Create, but at $15 a meter, it doesn't really feel that necessary for a bag lining. That also could just be me being a cheapskate, and I'm okay with that sentence, which is why I'm telling you anyway. We all like what we like. I used to love that. I used to go through rolls of it. I used to tell all of you to buy it because I did used to love it. And then I realized that it's jacking up the price of a bag, and you're getting I don't think you're getting the $14 worth of interfacing worth it, if that makes sense. This works not as well, not gonna lie, does not work as well, but it works well enough for less than $1 a meter. Like, that's insane. Insane, guys. Whole roll, $35. I mean, it's probably gone up since I bought one, but it might be at $40. It's still less than $1 a meter. Got a patent to make fabric bins for storage. Ooh, good. So, there's a trick to non-woven, and I'm going to do a video on it, but I'll tell you now anyway. You need to heat press it, not iron it. That is the first trick. If you iron it, it shrinks like a nightmare. So you can't just iron it on with a normal iron. It must be heat pressed. Also, you need to put the interfacing on the bottom, glue side up, and then put your fabric on top so it sits in like this, and then you put a Teflon sheet and then you press it. And I have had no shrinkage and no bubbles. Look, there's no wrinkles, no bubbles. If I put it in the heat press like this, every time it wrinkles and goes crap. If I do it with an iron in any direction, it bubbles up, wrinkles, and goes crap. So the trick is glue side up on the bottom, fabric on top, Teflon sheet on top of that, and then you're good. I do 180 degrees Celsius for 8 seconds. It sticks, it doesn't shrink, it hasn't bubbled. since I've started doing it this way. That is my trick. Hello. Is it a trick? Probably not, but it's a process and you need to do it that way. You should try it. Go buy some from your local shop, try it my way, and then I've probably just saved you, you know, a crap ton of money every year on interfacing. Like Decaville. Decaville's great, and I get it, but I also am quite happy to not use Decaville, and my bags still turn out great. So, everyone's got a preference, and that's fine. You can like what you like. I am not here to judge. If Decaville and expensive interfaces is your jam, by all means, fly your own flag and off you go. I am not going to tell you you are wrong, because it's not wrong. I just now get more of a profit margin. I also haven't had to put up my handbags. I will soon. I know that. I'm trying not to. They sell at the price they are. I don't really want to have to put them up. And I'm quite happy to sell out at a market. I know they say that once you sell out, you're too cheap. I am more than happy to sell out because it means I've got space to make more things. I look at it very differently to other people. I love this collection of pink. It's making me so happy. So many just different ones. And all scraps. And I've still probably got a bunch more scraps I can make. Love a good scrap buster. It hasn't got a name, but it is a medium, non-woven, iron-on interfacing. It's nameless in Birch. I get it from Birch because I have an account. If you have a business ABN, you can get an account with Birch, but you have to buy everything by the whole roll, which is not necessarily for everyone. I buy all my interfacings by the roll. In saying that, the bag foam, like the bag base, you know, my really stiff, like cardboardy interfacing I put as a bag base, I'm going to have that roll for the next like 5 years, I reckon, because you use such a little amount per bag. So future me will probably not buy another roll, but I bought it when I was also selling it to everybody. So, you know, it's a thing. Do I have to backstitch? No. Am I gonna do it anyway? Yes. It's a good habit to have. Won't kill me to do it. Oh, the thread just broke here. I saw that. I don't know how I saw it, but I saw it. It was like one thread away from snapping. It drew my eye. Or maybe I just have a psychic link with my machine. Either way, I'm cool. And it's cool. And we'll throw that bit out. Occasionally, I do find that you get like one spot in a roll of thread where it's just crap. Sometimes it's like 2 meters of crap. This was just a spot. Either that or I've got a burr somewhere on my machine that needs filing down, and I really hope it's not that because I don't have time for that today. I also love that I can make all of these different pinks with the same thread. Ultimately, it will be quicker, see? If you are going to production cut, I will recommend that you cut so at least 2 of the things you want to make are the same color thread. It makes chain sewing much easier when you can actually chain it. Yes, yes. I could have let it turn itself off, but it would have kept beeping. Ta-da! So these are all our little hooks. If you are one of those people that don't want to forget, you can grab the hooks and put them on now. I will do a video on interfacing, on the interfacings I use if you want, because it's probably updated since last time I did that. What's in Tori's room these days? Lots of things. See, get rid of the tails. That is wholly unnecessary. I think my sewing tools are still all about the same as my favorites. I don't think they've changed. I love my Thread Zapper, but I used to have like the Thread Zapper 2 or whatever it was called. Now I've got that Ekakai one and I'm obsessed. It is USB rechargeable. It doesn't chew through the battery power like the other one did. Obsessed. If I could buy them in bulk and put them in sewing kits, I would. I should actually look into that. All Tori's favorites in one box. I'd also have to commission somebody to make the resin sewals because I love them too. Oh, my break is over. Time to get productive. We'll watch again later. Well, bye. Thank you for popping in. We've got 46 people here today. That's actually quite a lot. I like it. If you're new to doing this, probably don't try and do 5 at once. Just a little tip. Or 6 or however many I'm doing. Don't even care. I can break it down later and do less. I think it's 5. Is it 5? 2, 4. No, it is 6. One of them is missing their zipper. That would be this one. Oh, yes. You're going to like the video. See, I am the worst at promoting myself. I should get better at it. Probably not going to happen, but like, I should get better. I get contacted all the time about people that are like, we can make you earn millions. I'm like, bet you can't. We're going to do this one as well because we should do them all. And then, so if this was not me, you might want to do them in like lots of 2 because then there's 3 lots of 2. If you've cut 5, do a 3 and a 2. Maybe don't try and do 6 all at once because that's where you make mistakes, except my linings are all the same, so I'm feeling fairly confident right about now. Cut that, bring that over here, chuck them all in my lap. Trim those tails. We don't want them there, they'll be in the way. Yes, love it. Alright, top stitching. You can, if you wish to, increase your top stitching length. Why am I not? Because I've decided I don't really need to. For this size pouch, it should be fine. I give you permission if that's what you're looking for. We're sewing over our seam allowance. What it'll do is it'll help it sit flatter when people are trying to open and close the zipper. Oh yes, you should all like my video. You should also all be subscribed by now. I feel like I have told most of you that a lot. You also are guaranteed not to get notifications if you don't. So, you know, there's that too. They've all got such a different vibe happening. I'm here for it. I really am. Whoa! Got a bit excited there, didn't I? Alright, let's start with this one. So, the beauty of them all having the same lining is you just grab one off the pile. You don't have to think about it. I appreciate that. 1, 2, and then we need to match the vinyl. 1 and 2. We're going to stitch this one and hear me out as to why. Because then I can have this one. And then they can all be done. Then we'll come along and top stitch. Alright, so we need to match the vinyls and to make sure that we're only putting one thing on because a couple of them have multiples, which is fine. Grab a lining from the pile. trim it off the chain. Grab a lining. Sick of me saying grab a lining yet? I do love speed sewing. I know it freaks a lot of you out. Can't help it. It's fun. And production sewing, some people really don't enjoy it. It's funny. I go in moods. Sometimes I don't want to sew. I want to cut because the cutting is the designing phase. And sometimes I just really want to design things. And then other days, I can't stand the thought of having to cut stuff and all I want to do is sew. My mind goes in moments. Beautiful. Whoa. Is that the right one? Gotta make sure it's the right one, guys. Also, I seem to be down a lining. It's alright, it might still be in the top. There's a lot. Just to make sure though. Make sure I haven't misplaced the lining. Maybe it fell on the floor. That is very common in my life. Lots of things fall on the floor. I'm making sure I haven't accidentally stitched two. Has been known to happen. I don't see it on the floor. Maybe I didn't pull it out of the tub. Also, very real possibility. Alright, so that one goes with this one. And then this one goes with this one. They're all gonna look fabulous. I regret nothing. Again, having 20 things in one tub was probably not my smartest move I've ever made. But like, it's fine. Alright. Shove all the chaos to the side. Let's do this. Stitch, back stitch. You know what? I sew slower without fake nails. I'm going to need to be able to get those back ASAP. The paranoia of sewing my finger is apparently very real. Who knew? How good's a good chainsaw though? I don't know, I'm here for it. That was amazing. It feels good. Almost looks like bunting. It's a weird shaped bunting, but bunting nonetheless. Oh, I should make bunting. This one. It's a lot of pink. I may have gone overboard on the pink. But I didn't want to stick them on black. It would have been less fun, I think. Both Mizzen pinks. I don't know. Definitely an online job though. Can't get this pink locally, which is so annoying. Because it's so pretty. The sound of the sewing machine has soothed my soul. So I am going to head back to bed. Good night. You go overboard? No way. Hey, none of that here. We are encouraging and positive. And you love me going overboard, so don't even. Speaking of which, have you got your package yet? I sent Sandra a package that got returned. It didn't make it through customs for whatever reason. So I added extra stuff and sent it on its way again. With a more detailed description, because I'm assuming that will help. Alright. Big ass pile of pink. have some chaos. We got those. We need some zippers. 2, 4, 6. This is exactly enough for the other bit. And I finally dropped something on the floor. That took an hour and a half before I did. It's pretty good for me. Send me tracking number. I will get onto that. Oh, someone's slamming doors. Alright, so what we can do is seal the end of the zipper, and then to save a step, we can grab this and seal the zipper and sew this on all at the same time. See? And just like that, I got a little bit more efficient. I don't care if it's only a little bit. A little bit's good. I like 2 clips per side because it's such a small thing. Then we're going to look in, and what end did we put the thing? The open end. Okay, cute pink open end right in the middle, so that way it can't reach the zipper. You don't want to put them too high, they'll get caught in the zipper. Nobody wants to play that game. I have been layering for 5 days. What do you mean? I do not know what you mean. What do you mean layering? I think you mean lasering? Yeah, I did a lot of lasering for the Mythical collection. I actually still have 3 boxes left. Which is what it is, I guess. Alright, I'm going to put that one over there. I'm going to move that. Right, next. Crack it. Put the zipper on. Some of these even have my logo already engraved on them. Love it when I'm ahead of myself. Some days I just want to sit and play with the laser, and so I put my logo on zipper pulls. I regret nothing. You won't change my mind. It's awesome. One day, I'm going to be so freaking organized that as they come in, I'll laser them before they go in the tub, but we are not there yet. Alright, we're going to make this end shut. Lift that up. Oh. I started moisturizing my hands twice a day with something that's supposed to help strengthen nails because they no longer love me. We shall see. It took me 2 full days to engrave 20 sets of the metal business cards, just so that you can keep your expectations accordingly. I did nothing else for 2 solid days except laser engrave those really cool business cards. I regret nothing. They look amazing. But you know, ages. Ages. We're gonna go with this pink because I'm just grabbing it, whatever. Does it matter? No, it does not. Oh, pretty. I'm putting 2 clips on the tag, and you might be wondering why. The answer is because otherwise it tends to move, and nobody wants that. One end will slip, and then you sew it in crooked, and just no thank you. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the ghosty one, but it's great. Is the ribbon your label? So somebody sent me them. They have a fantastic machine that does ribbon printing, and they sent me a bunch of ribbons with my logo. And it's just occurred to me as of right this second that there's 2 different types, and I'm an idiot. I will gladly claim that crown. These ones are designed to be folded in half and put in a seam, and those other ones I had earlier were designed to be folded and stitched in. Whatever. I'll just claim my idiocy now. It's fine. But I do love this idea, and I'm absolutely going to see if I can do a DTF version, because I think it'll be fun. Will it be worth paying for somebody else? That I don't know. But I want to see how it goes. Could be awesome. Could be a terrible idea. I genuinely cannot tell you. I also don't know if I've been putting all of these in the same way. Because there clearly is like a left and a right side of these, but I'm not sure that matters. So long as I put them in at the right end, we should be fine. I think my laser must go slower than yours, because I've been working on nothing but cards for 3 days. Oh, I'm talking like 10-hour, 12-hour days. I sat and did nothing but lasering. There's a lot. I don't regret it though. I could have done it smaller, but I also used my F1, so the laser that doesn't need to physically move, and I reckon that probably made it quicker. I don't know. I don't know which tag to do. I don't even know if I've got enough pink tags. I did not check. What are we gonna do? I do love me some music. I need to get headphones that automate. Well, I've got headphones somewhere that connect to my computer, but I should really get onto that. I do love listening to music while sewing. In the meantime, you will get to listen to me sing. I don't care if I sing crap. It makes me happy to do it. Just because you do something does not mean you automatically have to be good at it to enjoy it. You could be terrible at sewing, but if it makes you happy to do it anyway, honestly. For starters, the more you practice, the better you'll get. But also, if it brings you joy, then be happy. I'm terrible at resin, for example. I'm not exaggerating. I am terrible. I get bubbles. I have to do a crap ton of sanding. But you know what? It makes me happy to make myself things. I don't make them to sell. Clear resin on top doesn't count as resin making. I'm talking like make it, pour it in holes I've laser engraved. Stop that. All the things. I'm not very good at it. I overpour. I make a mess. But you know what? I'm so happy that I did it for myself that who cares? Why? Why? I just threaded you. What is your problem? Don't start with me. There was no reason for you to do that. You had a whole epic tale. Thank you. She's feisty sometimes. Speaking of feisty, my laser. One and only time I've ever done it, but I slammed down the lid on Slayer, the S1, and it come up and said, "Error, I have disconnected from the base and you can't laser things." So I apologize, close the lid properly, and it hasn't done it since. She does not like to be manhandled, apparently. So I did plan, guys, for those that weren't here at the start of the video, I actually went and printed out my logo with the DTF machine, but I didn't fully pay attention to the quality. So if you look really closely, it's just a bit, I don't know if the word's smudged or distorted or what we're calling it, but it's not cool enough for me to want to put on. So I'll come up with a new plan later. I might actually throw them out because none of them I will be using. Is it wasteful? Maybe, but it was my own fault because I was too busy trying to get live and I just hit print and I didn't pay attention to like the, what's it called? The DPI or whatever? Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm gonna be one short. Aww. Of course I am, because that's just how the day's going. Well, one of them's gonna have to have purple then. Purple? White. White's boring. We're not doing white. Don't be silly. One of them can have purple. Why not? Then hopefully I've got enough purple for the other ones, but whatever. This one can have purple. It is decided. Or do I have enough and I'm just being dramatic? Maybe I do have enough. I'll just shut up. It's fine. Oh. We forgot a step. See? That was close. I don't even know what made me think of it. But I did. And we're lucky. And we're good. This is the thickest bit. If you don't want to, or your machine can't handle this kind of thickness at the zipper, oh, stop it. Make this out of fabric is the solution. Or buy like a thin ribbon and have it on a ribbon, like a nice ribbon, not a thin ribbon, like a thick ribbon, a skinny, but what's the word? You know what I mean, right? I know what I mean, even if you don't know what I mean. A 1/2 inch or less wide ribbon, but make it quite thick and sturdy. That's what I'm trying to say. Do we really need 2 clips per side? Probably not. Well, you could use a gross grain. It doesn't have to be gross grain though. You can get, there's levels of ribbon. And when I first started working at Spotlight, I had no idea that there was levels of ribbon. Some of them, fabulous. Some of them, really thin and feel kind of almost papery. You don't want those ones. You want a nice, dense, quality ribbon. And you could use that as the bag tag instead of the vinyl ones that I'm doing. Just if your machine can't handle it, or if it's too fiddly for you, like a ribbon would be easier to attach than me and my full layers of vinyl. But I don't regret it because it's going to look cool. But not everybody wants to fight with it like I clearly am. So it's an option. You can use ribbon instead. You could use a really thin kind of a binding. Like you could buy 1/2 inch binding, fold it in half, stitch it. All the options, guys. All the options. They're so cute. I really hope other people find them as cute as me. I need at least 10. But I probably wouldn't have made 6 of the 10 pink. Probably should have done the other colours first and the pink ones last, but whatever. It'll be fine. Do not stitch the lining when you're trying to tag the zipper closed. And don't skip this step. Not that this is a pattern yet, but when it's a pattern, don't skip the step of not closing this. Because it's so small, it will very easily crack the zip and wreck your day. So don't do it. It's a trap. That's the wrong one. We need this one. Oh, my laptop's getting flat. So annoying. I should probably go soon anyway. I have been here for 2 hours. Are you all sick of me yet? plugged my phone in, so I potentially won't run out of battery. Doesn't always work out though. Remember my 12-hour one where either the cord or the power bank thing was broken and we ran out of battery? That was so rude. I was on such a roll. I actually don't love cross grain ribbon. I don't like that it's got all the grooves. I like a smooth ribbon personally. But again, each to their own. Cross grain ribbon is strong. It's just not smooth. I like a smooth, thick, luxury ribbon. I've totally decided that's a thing. Whether it is or not, I don't know. Is anybody else like sewing along at home? Obviously something different because this pattern doesn't exist yet. But I will make it. I'm not going to turn my life into a minikins though. Like I'm not just going to only do small patterns. I'll do this one in a set and then we'll move back on. So I really want to make some handbags. My brain's got handbags idea, but I didn't want to start the year with a handbag in case that was like too much for anybody that's new to me and my patterns, you know? I can hear the bobbin getting low. Just if anybody's interested in that. It gets like a tinny noise. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. That whole turn the corner as a tight point, this is too tight for that. No deal. Chop, chop, chop. Oop, missed. Chop, chop. Flat, under. Apparently I feel like making this whole one. But I've been here for 2 hours and I've successfully still only made 2 full ones. It's kind of depressing. I still haven't packed for my market tomorrow, but luckily for me it doesn't start till midday, so that's not a huge deal. I also may or may not wish to purchase pizza for dinner if I'm going to be stuck doing these all night and then packing. Like I've got to pack up the laser and all the jewelry stuff. I've got to still make some signs because I now have Swiss Army knives that I engrave and can take them with me. All the things. Do, 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 do. It is very small, but 1/4 inch seam allowance is your friend on small projects. You don't need a bigger one. Some patterns I prefer a bigger seam allowance. This at 1/4 inch is totally fine. And if you wanted to make the whole thing just that little bit smaller, do a bigger seam allowance. It would pretty much solve the problems. Especially these bits. Getting that at the proper right angle is a pain in the butt. And yeah, it's still worth it. Stitch, back stitch, chop, other side. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. I'm like dying of cuteness over here. Ooh, apricots from Lavender and Twine. There's so many good pattern makers out there now. Sometimes I actually do wonder, am I really contributing anything to the glorious world of patterns? But then my brain's like you could stop. Apparently once we get to this point, my brain wants to do it all, and I skipped one. Because I was running low on clips is actually why my brain did that. I know why I did it. So I suppose that's a good start. Oh my god, it's so cute! Is cute the vibe I was supposed to be going for? The answer is no, not really. But also Valentine's Day, and they are all just like a little bit goth and a lot Valentine's-y. So, you know. They could come and buy one of these and then do a custom bracelet and put it in there and be like a whole thing. So cute. And even if they don't sell, I'm sure I can come up with something to do with them throughout the year. What? Too cute. This one says your coffin or mine. Again, super adorable. Seal the zip. You could actually seal this end of the zip before you even try and put the other zipper pull on if you wanted to. We're going to look into the instructions of this. I want to be able to have a heel and the needle goes up. And I'm fairly confident that this machine will do it if I try. I miss it from the other machine. Now that I've had a taste of it, I need it in my life. And I'm fairly confident that there's a button on the machine to be able to do it. Like on the motor. Because if you guys have been here since the start, you remember that A, this machine used to be greige. And B, I used to have a big whirring, noisy motor. We changed because of the videos and we didn't want to listen to it constantly. You guys reckon you couldn't hear it, but I could, and then I had to talk over it, and that was annoying. Anyway, so we got this fancy motor, and it does have an option where I can have the needle to go up. So I need to look into how to do that because I want it in my life. Tag. See, having the chaos in front of you, I haven't missed any of them with a tag yet. They've all got them. Now that I've said it, I'm sure I'll miss one, but you know. God, more. Oh, so cute. I mean, they look like they're taking me a really long time, and that might be true, but I'm also about to finish off 6, so should you bulk sort of 6 at a time? Maybe not. Maybe like do them in 2s. You'll probably find it's much easier to do in 2s than 6s. But always cut at least 2 in the thread colour. I don't know why I cut that, I just felt like it. Oh yeah. Trim that off. Otherwise it's just going to poke through your seam later and drive you nuts, and make sure you cut that one there. Oh, may as well do the corners first. I don't know why, but I like to do these corners before I do the zipper corner. Makes no sense to my brain, and yet here we are doing it anyway. Gonna need a snack soon. Apparently 2 hours without food is my limit. Who knew? I mean, I'm sure I did if I think about it enough. Oh, that's Blues Brothers, isn't it? I feel like I used to play that in my primary school band. Couldn't tell you what the song's called though. Tori gets delirious without snacks, it would seem. For anyone that is not already a member, please go join my Facebook group, because I'm absolutely not going to get all 20 of these done on a video today. But I might put up a photo at the end when they are done, because I didn't bring snacks with me. I didn't realise they'd take quite as long as this. That's also the end of the thread, I reckon. It is. That was almost a full bobbin. How rude. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've still got those ones. Yep. There. Unpull that. You can't keep this completely threaded, otherwise it gets a knot, and nobody wants to play that game. Thread up the bobbin winder, which is off to the side. Hold on to the tail. I also forgot that these don't hold as much as the screen machine. The bobbins on the other machine are bigger, so they hold more. But it'll be fine. I've now got, I reckon, enough to finish them, which is the important part. What I might have to do is make all the pink ones, then pack for the market, pack everything up, and then circle back and see how many more I can make. On the other hand, I could potentially do it in the morning, but do I want to risk it? I don't know. Such a hard option at this point. Push the next one through. I am definitely not gentle with these. It's also been a long time since I've had to turn through such a tiny hole. Handbags, I just leave the whole bottom open now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Stitch up the base. Bump up the base. Make sure you backstitch at both ends. And there's another one done. So in my 2 hours, I only got 4 completed. But there's another 4 that are nearly completed. So I don't know how long that works out to. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. And not to mention I had to do all the ironing. So anyway, super cute. Little bag charms. Zippered bag charms. Why not? I'm going to go now because I really need some snacks. I can tell by the fact that my brain is getting sidetracked by all the songs on the planet. But thank you all for popping in. I will put up a photo of how many I get done for the market. Also, I will do another market video tomorrow while I'm there because that's always fun to do. And I take a phone charger so I don't run out of battery, because that's also important. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.